just still have recording access, please use the raise hand button if you have any questions for Christian. With that said, let's go to Will Kunkel for the first one.
What's up, dude? Sorry, I'm in the car, but what is your just kind of thoughts on the NFLPA and the NFL coming out with the guidelines, the new regulations about who's vaccinated, who's unvaccinated, being treated, so differently, and what are those conversations like in the locker room?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at the guidelines yet, so that's all stuff that I'm not familiar with right now. But I will definitely take a look after this.
All right,
just to kind of give you an idea, just kind of give you an idea, like, so you're not allowed to do marketing and social media if you're not vaccinated. You got to wear a mask around the facility if you're not masked. Guidelines are you're not allowed to go out to eat if you're not masked. A lot of things like that, and it's pretty significantly different. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. No, I know. I'll definitely I'll check them out as soon as I'm done here. But like I said, I haven't looked at them yet.
Go ahead, Scott.
Christian, are you yourself vaccinated, and why or why not?
I don't want to comment on that.
All right. Will Palachuk, next question.
Christian, as far as just being on the field, what have you seen from not only Sam, but just the entire kind of rebuild of this offense? You guys are obviously in a different position that you were this time a year ago. How is it different than you were, say, at this time last year with this offense?
It's tough to compare. I don't really like comparing. I think the biggest thing we should do as a team is and something that I'm doing is just taking it one day at a time and try and improve on the last day. We have another year under our belt with the coaches, but we still have so many new guys. We have a lot of young guys, which is never an excuse, but we also have a lot of guys who, have been accomplished veterans. So one thing that's been good is getting perspective from them and the teams that they've played at and how they've seen it. We have guys on our team who have been to Pro Bowls and won a lot of big games. So it's been nice for us, for me personally, comparing our team to some of the teams that they've been on and getting perspective on, what they think we should do better or what we should hold back on. And so I think ultimately it's to our advantage to have such a new team because we do gain so much perspective and, we have so many young guys who are completely bought in and we got a bunch of veterans who are experienced and who are also bought in.
And Matt said also that you guys are taking kind of less reps amongst the more established guys just because of the fact that you want to see more from other guys on the team. And I think also just based off of having an extra game, that's also a certain effect. How are you adjusting to that and how fresher do you feel at least now than you would be in years past?
Yeah, I feel great. I think, the reps that we have taken have been very, very good reps, realistic reps. And that's something that we missed out on a lot last season. So for me, I love practice. I think practice is where you feel comfortable. It's where you get to make mistakes. It's where you get to try new things that'll ultimately get better or that will make you better come Sunday. So I think this has been a very valuable time, even on the bad days. You got to learn from your mistakes, and it's good to mess up and good to have never good to have a bad day. But, as long as you're learning from your bad days and learning from your good days as well. Once again, just the experience, even if it's 3 months in the off season, is always valuable for our team.
All right, let's go to David Newton.
Hey, Christian, hope you're doing well. Congratulations on your coaching debut out there today. wanted to ask you, how have you seen Sam grow in this system since he first got here?
I think I've seen him grow in a lot of ways. He's a guy that approaches each day the exact same and continues to strive to get better. But when you make a statement day one, like Sam did, I think it's tough to, you just expect that from here on out. And so somebody like him, every single day, he comes always trying to get better as a leader. He'll text guys late at night asking about plays, giving us what he sees on certain plays. And you could just tell he's dialed in. So every day, every throw, as a leader, as a player, just kind of developing in the offense and learning the playbook and getting everything down. He's just been very consistent. And so, I think when you stack a bunch of consistent days on top of each other, that'll ultimately create a lot of growth. And that's what he's done.
And he says he feels like Charlotte's more like his home where he grew up than what he experienced in New York and even LA when he was in college. You've been out with him around town, I think for his birthday even. What's it like when he's out there and around town? What did you observe? How fans treated him and just the whole interaction?
Yeah, well, Charlotte's such a great place to live, such an easy place to live. I think people are always extremely nice and respectful of people's boundaries and space and time. And I think there's no shock that he feels that way. It's definitely how I felt. It's why, I've set up shop here because I absolutely love Charlotte. Like I said, it's just such an easy place to live. When you have a combination of a great city with a lot of fun things to do and great food, and then you combine that with great people, it's in good weather. It's just a lot of fun. So I think that's why he feels like that, but I don't want to speak for him.
Appreciate it. Have a good break.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to Nick Carboni, followed by Jonathan Alexander.
Christian, with all the changes on offense, as you guys get out there with 11 guys and run some of these team drills, what excites you about what this group might be able to put together this year?
I think the thing that excites me most is just that we're going through situational football right now. I think that's such an important thing to master is, when you get down to the games, how do you perform when there's pressure situations, on third down, in 2-minute situations, in 4-minute situations, and just kind of going through all this situational football now and, kind of having the playbook already learned and being able to focus on technique and execution in critical situations for me, I think is going to make our team a lot better. We had a lot of great days and we had some not so great days. And so I think that's always valuable to have as long as we're learning from both of them.
Hey, Christian, I hope you're doing well. Yesterday, we asked J.C. Horn just a general question about people who've impressed him. He talked about watching you on film and then in person, you're 10 times faster. Now, I'm not saying you need to work on anything like that, but is there anything or suggesting that you need to, but is there anything that you're either adding to your game or anything that you're trying to improve on this offseason?
Yeah, I think, there's always something to work on. I always try to focus, I say this a lot, but always trying to focus on being a complete running back, and pass protection and making sure my eyes are right on all my run plays, making sure, my routes are very crisp and consistent. And so really just there's, like I said, there's never a time where you're not working on everything. And so it's always, working on getting faster, getting bigger, getting stronger, getting quicker. And after that, just making sure, mentally I'm exactly where I need to be so that, I go out and don't let my teammates down.
All right, let's go to Joe Person.
Christian, a month or so ago, Teddy talked about maybe you guys not having done enough 2-minute end of game situations last year. Today, Matt even sort of conceded that because so much emphasis last year was put on the base, that maybe you didn't, get enough of that work. And you just referred to the situational. How important is that? And, do you think that was an area that was a little bit where you guys struggled last year?
Oh, I think it's so good that we're going through all the situations right now. I see, especially when you have young guys who are coming up to the NFL, there are different rules from college to the NFL. So getting a lot of these young players and still the vets, the rules are changing every year. So making sure that we're all aware of, how you got to go out of bounds in a 2-minute drill, what the key emphases are in 4-minute for offense and defense. And for me, just, it's so valuable hearing from defensive coaches, what they're thinking in 2-minute, what they're thinking in 4-minute, on certain third and longs, what's their mindset, so that, not only can we go out and make the right play calls, but we can also execute to a level where, we kind of understand what they're thinking and, the different techniques that they're playing with. So situational football is definitely important. And, it's ultimately what'll win games at the 4 or 5 games a year, just off of situational football, if not more.
And then if you could, you had much of a chance to kind of look at that group at left tackle, obviously an important position, one of a lot of change while you've been here. What do you think of kind of the competition there?
Well, it's always nice when there's competition at left tackle because, you know, it's such an important position. And to have multiple guys who can play the position is great. I don't make those decisions. I'm confident that whoever the coaches make the left tackle and that for the whole offensive line, for that matter, it'll be the right guys. So I'm just excited to get to work with these guys every day.
Guys, we got time for one more. So let's go to Elena Getzenberg before we let Christian go.
Hey, Christian, I was curious. There's a lot of younger running backs in that room now. You're kind of one of the older guys in there. So I was curious for you, you know, is there someone, you know, that you remember, like, was it Jonathan Stewart, you know, someone when you came in who really kind of showed you who impacted you when you came in as a rookie? And then now what kind of approach do you take with those younger guys?
Making me feel old. I know I was weird in physicals the other day. You know, since I've been in the league, we have a veteran, you know, the veterans go first. If you're doing the heart rate test, there's a big line, you know, you get to go first. And I found myself skipping every single line. And I don't know if our team's just ridiculously young or I'm getting old, but either way, I was happy to skip the lines. But no, I mean, I had guys like Jonathan Stewart and Fozzie Whitaker. And, you know, you had guys like Cam Artis-Payne, who when I came in, were just unbelievable. You know, Stu's a guy I keep in touch with today. Fozzie's a guy I keep in touch with today. Cam's a guy I keep in touch with today. So having guys in the room who not only welcome you, but also give you pointers and give you tips and kind of show you the ropes was something for me that I'll always appreciate. And, you know, being one of the older guys in the room now, it's just, you know, it's fun to be able to, you know, give tips to certain guys. And I'm always learning too. You know, there's a lot of young, talented guys on this team. And so if I see something, you know, just the other day, Spencer Brown made a move that I, you know, will definitely try to put in my arsenal because it's not that I never seen the move, but when you see it live and you see the way these guys are, I mean, they're here for a reason too. So as a vet, you know, I'm always learning and picking stuff up from these guys as well.
Is there anything specifically that like you wish you had known as a rookie that you're kind of passing along, or do you feel like you were pretty well educated when you came in?
No, I mean, I definitely did not have all the answers when I was a rookie. I don't think anybody does. I think the biggest thing I wish I did when I was a rookie was not overthink everything and get out of my head and just trust my skill set a little more. I think that's something a lot of guys do is I don't want to say they don't let the moment get too big for them, but you know, there's a lot going in your head. You're learning a new playbook. You're in a new city. You're living on your own. You don't have roommates anymore. You're going to the store yourself. You know, I say you don't have training table all the time necessarily. So there's just a lot going on in your head. And if you can just simplify it and dumb it down to football and also to have fun with it, you know, there's a lot of pressure, but sometimes I think guys can lose the fun because they're overthinking.
Thanks.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. Christian, we appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.